Hey everyone, so this is a really long episode, so I'm gonna review it as the best I can. So let's start from the beginning. We see that John is hiding from everyone else, and turns out that he's confronted by Sam and Bucky, and they fight for the shield. And the fact that the fight was awesome, was brutal, and the fact that John was winning without hesitation. They wanted to do the same thing to Sam for a moment there, and luckily Bucky stepped in and he let all these things happen, and John broke Sam's wings, and those two brutally broke John's arms so they can get the shield back. That was like really awesome to see, and they have a real reason for why they were fighting. So, and the fact that Bucky picked up the shield and put it next to Sam so he can pick it up, because Bucky feels that this is all because of Sam's decision not to give up the shield. And he's putting not a blame on him, but more sort of this is all you're doing type thing. So that's something that it's being mindful of, that it's happening. All this is because of his choice on giving up the shield. So Sam and Toys, they talk about the fact that there's really nothing for them to do right now when it comes to find out what Karli's next move is. So, and the fact that also Sam doesn't want to win Zemo because he left it with Toys, and so he just grabs the shield and just walks away. So that's something that is really interesting, is that he left the win. So maybe he felt like there's a possibility that maybe inside of himself he felt like he doesn't need to be he doesn't want to be the Falcon as of right now or anymore. So that's something that I did about that. Maybe all this is his fault. So maybe that's something that's one of the reasons why he didn't take the wins with him. John Walker is back in Washington, and he's being told that he can't be charismatic anymore, and he won't be can't serve anymore, and he has no benefits anymore because of the actions that he took in Germany. So, and also this lady named Val, who's I heard she's in the comments. She tells John that what he did was a great thing, and that it's the second best thing he's done in his career. And I think that's too much to say. And the fact that she says that she would have done the same thing, that's something that is insane to think about. But I'll leave it up to you guys how I think about what she said, and the fact that she is feeling like she's seen John as a hero. It's obvious that John doesn't only understand the stuff that he's done. The government has given him consequences, and the fact that he's pretty much annoyed them and being petty about it and complaining, that's not something that Captain America should be known for. And we can see that he's no longer Captain America because of it. Of all the stuff that John has done when he had the shield, I feel like he doesn't really hold himself accountable with the stuff that he's done, and it just shows that he hasn't learned. So that's his choice. So that's something to really consider, is that he has people's attention like Val. So, and I don't think Val is really the type of person you want to have on your side. Just, she seems really off, and she seems like she's giving me Hydra vibes. So we see that Karli's with the rest of the flag smashers in her hometown, and she seems really pissed off and angry, and she's ready to make a move. And we all know her intentions are now. When she was talking to Sam, I feel like she drove the way the scene could have been different if John didn't intervene with her talking to Sam. So the fact that John really interrupted her makes her threaten Sam, and so Sam's trust to the point where he just ignores what she says. Is that as if that conversation she had with Sam never existed, so she wants to start like a movement, and most likely will involve killing, and there was a possibility that Karli could make a bigger mess with what she has in mind, so and will probably go against what the other flag smashers were thinking of, so that's thinking of doing. So man, I don't know what Karli's thinking, but man, Sam and Bucky need to stop Karli as soon as they can before things escalate really more than it should. We see that Zemo is in Sokovia and he's visiting the memorial that he mentioned a few episodes back, and Bucky shows up and we see it looks like he wants to finish Zemo, but it turns out he didn't have any bullets in what he's holding. He has a whole grudge through Bucky. It shows that he's mature characters, unlike John. So we see that we understand why a lot of people in the show, in the audience, like Zemo more. He's more understanding, and the fact that also Bucky brought the Dora Milaje to take Zemo to the raft, which is that place where Team Cap was in Civil War, where Thunderbolt was and is in charge of. So who knows what's gonna happen with him there? Maybe they just set up something bigger for Zemo and MCU later down the line. But as for right now, we understand that didn't where Zemo told Bucky that he crossed himself off his list. I feel like that was it made sense why he did that, and I feel like that Bucky understood why. And yeah, just it's nice seeing that character. It's nice seeing Zemo in this show actually doing something useful and helping Sam and Bucky. I feel like this character made us understand the show a little bit more of how villains should be treating villains who are understanding should treat the hero in this show. So that's something that I really like within that. So what do I think about Zemo being captured by Dora Milaje? Do you feel like that's really necessary, or do you feel like he should just went back to where he was? So I don't know. Either way, he's serving his time now. He let himself be captured, not captured, but he chose to go to Dora Milaje. Sam goes to Baltimore to meet Isaiah because he wants to give him the shield, but it's obvious that Isaiah doesn't want the shield because of the stuff that he's been through, and the fact that we learn a little more about him, the fact that he was the nation announced him as dead, even though he wasn't, and he pretty much tells Sam that to other people his life didn't matter. So that's a really hard thing that's a really hard topic to think about, and that's really hard thing to hear, because I feel like he puts life on the line for his country. So that's something that he is telling Sam that if whoever has the shield, for example, if Sam decides to become Captain America, will the United States and the world accept Sam as the new Captain America because of the stuff that Isaiah has been through with the past, and the fact that he felt that he was not only ignored but also like disrespected, and I feel like he doesn't want. He's trying to tell Sam that people will disrespect him as Captain America if he chooses to do so, and that's a lot of pressure on Sam. So to me, I feel like Sam can handle it because he has the passion for it, and he's meant to. We can obviously see that all the stuff that Steve has done throughout the years of being Captain America, it feels like Falcon has really learned from him, and this is why I think he deserves to be Captain America. which we all know that Sam definitely deserves to be Captain America 100%. We learn from this show that he's able to be, has the patience and the qualities and the heart for to be Captain America. So it has something to understand that a lot of people will see him. I feel like when he shows the world who he is, as if Sam chooses to become Captain America, he will show what he was. He will show the world what he's made of. I feel like Sam really deserves to be Captain America because I feel like he has the heart for it, and I feel like he deserves to be Captain America because I feel like he is someone who has really, we've seen within this show how much he cares for people. Even so, in this episode where he's like around his hometown with the helping out his community, it shows that he's really there for people who really need help. So I feel like something that to really think about is that he deserves to. He has the qualities of a really good man, which is what Winston told Stephen. The first adventure is all about someone with a good heart who deserves to be better commander. I understand that the thing with the first adventure, the topic was about teaching the serum, but serum will not. We all know that what Sam is capable of. We understand that Sam is someone who is willing. He's understanding. He's a character, a really well-written character from one hears people out and understands what people are going through. So Bucky is arrived in Louisiana to give Sam a briefcase, probably of his new super suit, where we understand that Sam he's there because he wants to help Sarah with the boat, and also the boat is a really hard thing for him to do. And also Bucky decides to help in and help Sam with the boat, and also alongside with the rest of the community that Sam has brought in. And I really love how the fact that people are willing to help Sam because of what the person he is, and you can tell by watching this episode that his hometown respects Sam and his family. So that's something that I really love. It shows that they're there for Sam because Sam is there for them, and so that's really amazing to do. So back in another part of the United States, we see that John Walker, he pretty much lied to Lamar's parents about how who was the one responsible for his death, which I feel like is so disrespectful towards Lamar, and I feel like it's just, I don't know what to say about that. I feel like that's disgraceful for him to lie to his parents about that, and also the fact that Lamar's parents accept that what John has done is a good thing, and I don't know what to say, man. Like, yeah, just don't. So back in Louisiana, we see that Sam and Bucky, they talk about the stuff that Bucky has been going through. Bucky tells Sam that how he expresses how he feels about Sam retiring the shield, and that he felt like he had no one left, not even himself, and that's something that Sam spoke to him. The way Sam spoke to him is that he understands what Bucky has been going through, and so when we see that Bucky is telling Sam about the list of names that he has on his notebook, that Sam understands that he was telling him how the fact that Bucky was trying to say sorry to everyone that he on the list, when really he understands now that he was actually avenging, and that's something that it's, you understand why Bucky has been doing what he's doing, and Bucky understands that as well. So Sam gives him a new perspective and on how to deal with how with the last time with one person, how to really bring real closure with, and everyone else that he's wrong. So really love the way Sam speaks to Bucky about it, about how he should handle the people on the list only by one person. Really effective communication between those two co-workers. So, yes. And also they also discussed that Karli won't stop making a mess, so Bucky will be the one Sam has a lead, so because they will communicate, and so I really love the friendship there. I feel like the friendship is really growing and they're understanding each other really well now, and I just really love what they're doing. This show is doing these two characters. I love that. I love what they're. I feel like this is what I'm talking about, real that characters, station and communication that really works well with. This shows that they really are starting to understand each other really more. I just really love how interesting these two are. I really love that conversation Sam had with Sarah about the boat, and also the fact that Sam decides to keep going, and also by keep going I mean by him trying to be there for the people who need have the girl the most, and people who he shows that Sam really cares about the people he is surrounded by. So it shows that he's the montage. I feel like we see that he's having fun with, throwing the shield and other things. I feel like I heard that this was a episode a lot of people are proud of making. We see someone who's really heroic, so that's something that we see when Sam in this episode, and when he shows the shield, and he also is able to show the shield so good. He also dodges it real good, so that's really awesome. That montage was brilliantly done, and I enjoyed it. So earlier in the episode, we see that Sharon talks to George Badrock, right? And later on, he meets up with Karli because he wants to kill the Falcon because of what Sam has done in the beginning of the series. So, with saving the guy who they kidnapped. Karli wants to make a big army for the Flag Smashers and make a bigger mess, and Badrock wants to kill Falcon. So it's gonna be interesting seeing what they'll do later on. I like that they're bringing Badrock back after that. It's best not to have him as a one-off character type thing. So yes, and also I feel like Sharon could be working for the perpetrator, but I don't think she is one. I feel like it's a possibility that Sharon she's Agent 13, so maybe she's a spy within the perpetrator. Maybe she's trying to really get on the inside. That's just me theorizing, but I feel like stuff with Sharon, I feel like she obviously is on the good side, so for right now we can see that she's on the right side, but I feel like she's trying to lower them in, so I feel like to catch them, and like we did figure out how to maybe Sharon has a plan to stop all of them, so mostly Badrock, but as of now it's gonna be interesting to see what Karli's really gonna do with everyone else involved, and the GOC has that meeting about sending the refugees back to the country of origin. So I saw that Torres notices that there's a VPN that beep thing in the that's something that's active things going on in New York. So that's something that he tells Sam. So we see that Sam opens the briefcase, and that's where the episode ends. And then in the mid-credit scene, we see that John is putting his own shield with the point that he puts that his badges of honor within the back side of the shield. So, and also I think about this, and you see, so if John's putting the shield, he's putting a shield, but what's it made of? It can't be vibranium, but I don't think that matters. I feel like he wants to. Is that he shows that he wants to do something more dangerous. He wants to really. A lot of people want to end Falcons and Biotruck and Walkers. So this will be interesting what's going to happen in the next episode, because I feel like this will be a really insane one. We see there's a lot of tension within John, so he wants to finish his mission. And that mission is to show people what he's made of, and we've seen what he's made of. So, and he also has Zemo within him as well, so that'll be fun. A lot of questionable things that John Walker has done in this episode alone that's really really extreme, that people see him in one way and not the other. So it's gonna be real interesting seeing how things will go about with him in the next episode. So this is my review. I hope you enjoyed the review, understand what I'm saying, and also if you guys are interested in checking my other Project for social review videos, they're over here, and also subscribe right here. I'll see you guys soon.